So today I'm gonna make a lasagna and I'm going to make a video of it for you so I can show you the recipe. And it's also one of my favorite recipes to make, so I hope you guys like it. Gonna go to the store first. I actually have a list this time, so that should help. To the store. Pretty nice out. Ooh, do you like my very stylish camp sweater? Super cozy though. Walking home now. Kind of heavy. So I did try to get some video of in the store just to kind of maybe show you guys where you might find some of the stuff for this recipe. Like I just went to like a super small like neighborhood grocery store and they have everything you need for this, so I think that most places would. But anyway, I don't know how that came out because I was kind of like trying to hide the camera because I was still really nervous about filming in public. So, I was like not used to doing so much exercise. Okay, time to get started. Alright, so this is everything you need for this recipe. We have, oops, obviously a cat, no, lasagna, noodles, obviously, some hummus, garlic, spinach, mushrooms, more garlic. This is the meat replacer, vegan, it's very yummy. Sauce, tofu. Okay, so then step one is you're gonna get your cat. First thing is boiling a pot of water for the noodles. Get that going. Okay, so there are pretty much three parts to this recipe. The noodles, obviously, the meat and filling, like the meat and sauce filling, and then the cheesy. So yeah, we're gonna heat up a little bit of oil in the pan, and then in this pan, it's gonna end up being fake beef, the spinach, a couple cloves of garlic, and the mushrooms, and then also the plain tomato sauce. Probably just use a butter knife for this so I don't hurt myself. Mushrooms are pretty easy to cut. Oops, and that's why we're using a butter knife. Okay. Add those. So for the spinach, usually this stuff is so weird. It's like a block of spinach. I usually microwave this to get it a little melted before putting it in the pan. So once the mushrooms are browned, you can start to add in the spinach. Okay. So while this is cooking, add the garlic. Might have been too much. Add this whole thing of bacon. See how like beefy and crumbly that is. It's kind of in a weird shape to start with, but it crumbles right up. All right, look at this. This looks so freaking delicious. Okay. Oh yeah. That is yummy. Probably only need like 6 realistically. But I'll put 8. Start on the cheese, getting it prepped. Because you want to drain the tofu. You're also supposed to like press tofu, I guess, to get the moisture out. I never do that. It has never really been. I like things to be as easy as possible. This is already kind of a pretty complex recipe. I mean, not really, but it has a lot of steps. So I don't press it. It's never been a problem for me. Really get it mashed up. That's pretty good. And then the hummus lake. This part is pretty weird, I'll admit. Like the first time I made this, I was like, how is this gonna be like a cheese? But it actually works so well. So you're supposed to use like half of this. So this recipe, this cheese recipe is from a lasagna recipe I found online that I pretty much like adapted this from. That recipe though, like didn't have the fake meat. I was kind of like, oh, but like instead of meat, there's zucchini. And I am not about that. So I kind of adapted it. I'll put the link to that recipe in the description though, because it definitely can help you remember this cheese recipe and just the steps of everything. And you know, that's already garlic flavored. Let me put some more garlic in. There's 2 ingredients that I forgot to mention, but they're totally optional. I mean, you probably have basil anyway, so I would put some basil in this. As well as, so this is definitely optional. This is nutritional yeast. It gives it like a cheesy-ish flavor, but I don't think it's gonna make a huge difference in this kind of recipe, so I wouldn't worry too much about that if you can't find it. They do have, it's usually in the spice section at the grocery store though, if you do want to do the complete recipe. Oh yeah, that's the cheese. Put a little more basil in. It's an Italian recipe. Okay, so that part is done. Now we can go back to this. This has been cooking for a little while. Now we are going to add the sauce to this. Oh yeah. I should probably have mentioned at the beginning of this, the first thing you should do is preheat the oven. I'm not baking this right now because, oh wow, okay. I'm not baking this right now since I'm eating it later with my family. I'm gonna put it in the oven later, but you definitely should have preheated the oven. Hopefully you'll watch this whole video before you try to make it. It should go in at like 350, and then it goes in for about 30 minutes, so. So now the fun part, assembly. So first step is to put a little tiny bit of sauce at the bottom. I'm gonna start with a couple of noodles. Oh gosh. So after the noodle layer, it's a meat layer. So you want to use about half. There's going to be only 2 layers to this. And then, actually, and then maybe a little bit more sauce here. A little bit extra sauce. Alright. And then more noodles. the rest of the meat. The rest of the cheese, I definitely used too much of this on the first layer. Last layer of noodles. Alright, and then you're gonna top it off with some sauce. A little bit. And you have a assembled lasagna. So yeah, like I said, you're gonna pop it in the oven at 350 degrees for about a half hour. All right, time for the last steps. So you're supposed to cover it with foil and then bake it. But I just realized I don't have foil. So hopefully it comes out. I've never done it without foil. I hope it's okay. I think it'll maybe just be a little drier. I'm just putting a little bit extra of this nutritional yeast on top for some little extra cheesy flavor. All right, and then it's gonna go in the oven for 30 minutes. It's a shame. Hopefully it goes well. Oh yeah. Look at those layers. So it's kind of always almost part. Delicious. Oh yeah, that's really good. All right, guys. I hope you liked the recipe. Let me know if anybody tries it out, how they like it. And if anybody else has a recipe request that they would like me to make vegan, leave a comment on this video letting me know what you want to see and I'll see what I can do. Yeah.